Hey Daniel, last year my family came to UNC Charlotte for family weekend and they really want to come again because it was such a good experience, but we're really not sure if there's going to be a family weekend this year.
Well, I know exactly who you should talk to.
Okay, let's get into it.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to FamFridays. I'm your host, Daniel Mahmood,
And Anna Cagle.
and in this episode, we will be discussing new student family services events.
Hi, my name is Nassim Nozertosh, and I'm one of the assistant directors in New Student and Family Services, and I primarily work with family programs, and I primarily work with these two amazing family program interns, otherwise known as FamTerns, Anna and Daniel.
Well, we appreciate you being here with us today to answer a few questions from our family members. For our first question, what opportunities are available to family members to be involved with?
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of resources and opportunities available to our family members, but I'll talk specifically, wow, words are hard today, about the ones our office puts out. So one of the big ones that we talk about a lot is Niner Nation Family Association, otherwise known as NNFA. I like to consider it as like the PTA back in high school, where it's like members of the school join this organization and they stay in the know with the university. And our NNFA members receive special things that keep them in loop with the university, such as monthly newsletters that our FamTerns put on. Also, they get early access to certain events such as Family Weekend, and they also get biannual magazines and an annual calendar. So they get a lot of perks with being a part of NNFA. Other resources include our social media and our website, which shows our different programs that we put on specifically for family members, because we understand the transition for families is vital for our student success. So such as new family reception, family weekend, spring family reunion, and anything else that we decide to put on that will be on our website. And our social media also has different opportunities for families to be engaged, such as FamFridays, which is what our family program interns have been working on diligently this summer. And also, we are consistently in the being able to contact our family members. So through email, through phone calls, we are constantly answering questions about anything families have to make sure they have the right resources available to them. So any of those are different initiatives that we have for our family members, and we encourage highly for our families to use.
Awesome. You talked a lot about different events that family members can attend. Are there going to be in-person events with social distancing protocols in place?
Yeah, absolutely. We are working diligently right now to plan for our events for the fall semester. So to be transparent, we are waiting on guidelines from North Carolina to see what's happening in the future, because currently we're in phase 2. So we want to see what they recommend, and we are taking those seriously because safety is our #1 priority for our students and making sure that they feel safe to attend events. So we are working on both virtual and hybrid, so virtual and in-person events, and seeing what works well for them. And we are taking that into consideration for all events that our families are invited to. And we will put more information on our website about what that would look like. So currently we don't have that specific information, but it is definitely something we are working on. And when we put it out, we're putting all the information out there to help answer any questions or concerns our family members do have.
Awesome. And kind of going off the same thing, do you know if there's going to be any in-person events for Gold Rush this year?
That's a really good question. So Lindsay Snow, who's the other assistant director, works primarily with our Gold Rush events, and she is working with the Gold Rush student coordinators to plan those events right now because it is coming up. So they are planning both a virtual and hybrid, so in-person and virtual events as well, while taking into consideration the safety methods and guidelines that we are considering. But they are really focusing on keeping those goals of community building and connection for their events. So it's really important to understand we're really trying to help with keeping the integrity of these events and making sure our students feel welcome when they come in, because the transition is difficult for students and we want to make sure they have a great transition to UNC Charlotte. And whether that's through virtual or hybrid, we're going to keep the integrity and goals of those events. So currently they're hard at work compiling the different events right now. And as soon as we have that, social media and our website, NSFS, will have all that information.
Speaking of community building, are there plans for Family Weekend this year, and how might Family Weekend look different?
Another good question. We are in the works of thinking of what that would look like. So yes, we are planning on Family Weekend this year with the safety guidelines that we are expecting. So the 6 feet distance, the smaller groups, or seeing if it needs to be a virtual experience. So virtual and hybrid, again, is how we're looking at it. And we want to maintain those traditions that we usually have. So we have worked really hard to create consistency in those traditions and really build those up so it's something that our families can expect. So we want to keep those. As to what that will look like right now, not 100% sure, but we are putting a lot of our efforts right now into Gold Rush because that's coming up, and then really working and focusing on Family Weekend. So it is in our thoughts and it is in our planning right now, but it's really important to understand we're kind of just waiting a little bit more on guidelines, but we're planning for it to happen on October 16th and 18th. I was going to say August, and I was like, that's too soon. October 16th through 18th, it's a Friday to a Sunday, and we want to make sure that we can have the experience that family members have. It's usually around 1,600 people, so that's a lot of people we're taking into consideration regarding safety guidelines. So safety, again, is our number one priority, but we want to make sure that we maintain those traditions and how we can do that, whether it's through a virtual or hybrid experience.
Yeah, so that is all of the main questions we have as far as what families can be expecting with events this upcoming year. And we really appreciate just kind of keeping us in the know and keeping our family members and incoming students in the know of what to expect.
Go
Night.
Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned next Friday for episode 6 on knowing your resources.